Alright guys, so this video is basically about gold. How we manage it, where we get it from, and what we spend it on. So what I want to actually go over, because gold can become a bit of a bottleneck depending on how you use it. And I actually ran into that problem myself, so I'm going to go over this with you. So with that being said, first let's go over my 4 consistent sources of gold that I use pretty much consistently. So first thing we're going to talk about is the shop. Alright, so the shop down here in the must-have items gives you free gold every day. So even if you don't log in and play the game, at least get this 50,000 gold. It's not a lot considering, depending on where you're at in your account. However, it's free and it's consistently there. So all you have to do is log in for a few seconds to get it. The second thing I wanted to look at would be the pass. The pass, you can see at the end, you get 30,000 gold pretty much for achieving each level. And this is the one that you get for free, and this is the one you have to pay for. But we're going to talk about the free one because, of course, you can pay and get more. But also you have these. Basically, you get these pouches consistently throughout the pass. And you have to look at this 500,000 gold. You can get 20,000 to 500,000. And if you look at the percentages, that 500,000 is not very good. So, but you do get a few of these, and there's always a chance to get 500,000 gold. But the pass is really a good source of gold also, because as you go back, you can also get like 10,000 currency right here. So the pass is going to give you a good supply of gold also. So next, number 3, I actually want to look at the gold mine. Basically, you have this where you've got your exploration camp where you're building your clan. You have the gold mine, and mine is pretty much at 140,000, which is the maximum right now. Maybe they will improve this or give us the ability to expand it more, but it's giving like 5,800 an hour, and the maximum you can get is 140,000. So this basically just builds while you're not playing the game. And I just go ahead and get it every chance I get, because basically once it gets to 140,000, it stops making gold for you. So even though it's at 70,000, I'm going to go ahead and get that, because I don't want it to fill up and just sit here waiting for me to claim it when I could use that time to actually get more gold. So the gold mine is really good. Make sure you expand this as much as possible. And now for probably my best source of gold, it's going to be the underground dungeon. The underground dungeon gives you rewards. You can see you have these. You can probably get anywhere from 40 to 50 of these for each run. And let me go ahead and bring up the picture of the rewards that I have out here. And here it is. So right on this one, this was actually a good one, but you can get 100,000 gold here. And you get these pouches also. These are the pouches that I was telling you about. You can probably get around 40 to 50 of these. But this is very rare. The bottom left corner, you see the 2 gold bars. This guarantees 1 million gold. And I do not get these very often. I don't get them on a daily basis. And I basically run this very often. But this is probably my #1 source of gold that keeps me from going under. And you have to understand, you can run this, I think, 5 times a day. But you can see, if I'm going to use my gems, I'm going to use my gems here to get my gold before I start running raids, trying to get more equipment, because I won't even have the gold to craft it. So that's basically my 4 main sources of gold that I want to talk to you about. And crafting is probably the #1 problem for gold. Because you can see here, it depends on where you're at with your account, but right now they recently put out the update, and this is the highest level weapon you can get. And you can see here, it's 180,000 to craft this weapon. And you're probably going to craft at least 2 or 3 of these a day with a normal grind. So this can really eat your gold up quickly, especially if you try to go through and use your gems to get a lot of craft materials and you're crafting 4 or 5. you're going to spend 1,000,000 gold easy. And now you want to look at also the accessories, basically the jewelry. And the highest level jewelry is 215,000 to craft. So you got to see, like right now, they're putting out updates, and this is just going higher and higher. But eventually there's going to be a 50, a 60, and you're going to get to where you're going to be easily 300K, 400K to craft this jewelry. So when this happens, that's when you really get into a bottleneck, when you're trying to craft so much jewelry and you're not grinding your gold first. So that's why I wanted to kind of show you this. But let me show you also, the last thing, my biggest mistake. And that came in the divine idols. Because you can see here in my divine idols, down here, this is the highest level you can have as far as the idols themselves, with the purple background. And I have all 4 of mine to the highest level. However, when you're doing raids and running underground and just doing different events, they give you the lowest level idols, and you can you can see it's useless for me right now. So if I want to do anything with this, I'm going to have to use fusion. And fusion, if you have say 1,000 or 2,000 of those idols that you can't use, and you try to fuse these, and then you do max 350. This is 700 that I have already. Just imagine if I open up those other 600, and I already got 350,000 gold to use this. And this doesn't even guarantee every single one of them are going to the next level, but most of them will. And then you have to go to the next level and do the same thing. So, and I have probably 400 or 500 of these, and you go to max, and this is 350,000. So you can see how this really adds up and kind of depletes your gold. However, I will say this does raise your combat power. I did raise my combat power a lot using this, but my gold, once I went through it, I mean, I was broke as a phone booth. I mean, there's no need to lie to you. I couldn't even craft one weapon or one item, jewelry or anything, because I was dead low on gold and I had depleted all my resources. So that's when I realized how gold can't be a bottleneck. And as we get stronger weapons that require more gold, I think you're going to see that the way you use your gold, the way you grind your gold, is going to make a big difference in how you can advance your accounts. So that's pretty much it, guys. I kind of wanted to show you that and get your thoughts on it. Tell me how you're doing with your gold. Are you even working with the divine idols like I'm talking about, or are you just saving all your gold just crafting equipment? So let me know if you've run out of gold or how you get your gold, if I missed anything. So hey, I want to thank you guys for listening. Thank you for checking out this video. Keep grinding, and I'll see you on the next stream.